Okay, so one thing. Let's talk about something about history.
What?
History.
What about it?
Just want to talk about history that's going on to my channel. This is going on my channel.
Why?
Because,
Alright.
so, about history, let's see. Let's go with, did samurai use shields? Yes. Samurai did use shields. And their shields were one of them were very big and bulky. And they folded up, and the samurai would just have it on their backs, carry around on their backs. And once they fought, they would quickly have to fold it up. And there's a little like stand, and they would get their arquebus, their big rifle, out, and they would fire at the enemy. The other one would be having a stick of bamboo out on top of a stand, and they would put this very long, like grass, and they would put it in water, and so when someone fired at it, the bullet would not go through the bunch of grass and hit the soldier. So that, and there's another shield. It was a handheld shield, which was small. It was made, I forget what it was made out of. It was made out of wood, I'm pretty sure. I need to look it up, but I'm pretty sure, of course, it's made out of wood and other materials. But that was before the samurai, during when Rome was spreading throughout Europe. And finally on the samurai armor itself, there was on the, like right here, would be up to here, and like right here would be their it's called a sode, and the sode would that was basically their shield, and that was technically all of the shields that they used. So also Rome. it started in Italy, of course. What was your second target? Like, what did they go after next? That
I don't remember.
yeah, we need to look that up too. But anyway. Rome. That's it. One of the things was, what was it? They start with a G. They're in France. I wonder what one of the, no, actually, no, wait, no, I wonder what, I wonder what they were called. They're in France. They're on the bottom part of France. And I wonder what their name was. Do you know that?
But
There's a part of course, where Rome invaded and took over, and they were in France.
in what's now France, you mean?
Yeah, in the bottom part of France. What were they called?
Oh, give me more clues.
Huh?
Give me some more clues.
They started with, their name was like, started with a G.
Gauls?
Gauls, yes. No, the Gauls. They spread through, they took the Gauls and then went down to Spain. And I think they had a very, very hard, sort of a hard time. Probably also with the Gauls. Or they took them relatively easy, but with, in Spain, there was some legions under control of, I think it was a former leader of Italy, and his name was Pompey. And his soldiers were in Spain. And so Caesar sent a bunch of soldiers to Spain to conquer. And this is when Caesar kicked Pompey out of Italy. And then Pompey moved to Greece. But the Pompeians in Spain, they were, they adopted some of their, the Spanish, formations. It's very loose formation, but the Roman soldiers under the control of Caesar, they kind of were confused of what they were doing since they've never really seen this formation. So they didn't know if it was like extremely, if it was like a good formation, but they didn't want to take the risk to attack, so they kind of fell back once they engaged. But where but in this battle, Caesar was outnumbered, and at that point, he already made his camp, and he made a trench line around his camp. The Pompeian soldiers were on a hill, and Caesar found out that there's another hill close to that would cut off his, he couldn't really escape, since right near there, next to the mountain, was a town or a city. And also, that city near it was a river that had a bridge. That bridge was where they got all their supplies. So if they got the supply line, then that, and also the Pompeians wouldn't get any reinforcements. So Caesar sent out, I think, a legion or two to go and capture the hill. But unfortunately, the Pompeian general already found this out and went and occupied the hill. Also, with the fighting right next to the camp where the Pompeian soldiers, the Roman soldiers finally, Caesar's forces, finally, weren't falling back and were actually fighting. And the Pompeian soldiers needed to fall back. So they fell back to attack one of the legions that was trying to take the hill, and they did decent damage, and it seemed like they were winning, but then the other legion that was previously fighting those soldiers, the Pompeian soldiers, went to help, and the Pompeian soldiers they fell back into the town and held back they held against Caesar's soldiers pretty well, and it was at a standstill. No one was really getting any land, and they weren't advancing any further. So finally, there were upon there's one legion that was from the Pompeians that came to help, and the troops were exhausted from fighting, and they had to fall back. So at that battle, it was sort of a win, because for morale it was a good for morale since they beat back the Pompeians, but it was a defeat since it was a tactical defeat because they didn't get the hill. They got pushed back in the start of the battle, and a bunch of Caesar's soldiers got killed. And still, though, some Pompeian soldiers, of course, did die, but not as much as Caesar's forces did. So that would be it, actually, for this video. But please subscribe and like. Thank you for your time.